Now, it took everyone by surprise when the pug was recently spotted on television. Vodafone's Boy and Pug made a comeback after several years in a 15-second spot to announce Vodafone's 4G services. Now, one doesn't usually see the return of an old brand asset to launch something spanking new. Which is why I caught up with Siddharth Banerjee, Vodafone's marketing and branding head, to get a sense of why he thought it was a good idea, the strategic intent, expectations from this brand asset, given that it's just a 15-seconder, and everything in between. Listen in. Thank you so much for joining us, Siddharth. Truly a pleasure having you on the show.
Thank you, Sonali.
First things first, many congratulations on bringing back the pug, the much-loved pug. Let me start by asking you what you finished about 6 months with Vodafone now?
Yes, I have.
This is probably, a very interesting and strategic call of bringing back the pug. If you could just bring to the fore the strategy, the creative thought, and the entire process of actually bringing back the pug, given the fact that we usually don't see campaigns that have even done very well, brought back, in a refreshed avatar. So what was really the thinking process?
So may I just ask you before I begin, do you love the pug?
Of course I do.
We had to announce the launch of Vodafone Supernet 4G, and we thought that at this point of time, for a clear clutter break,
sure.
There is World Cup going on, there is lots of noise in the market, we just thought that it would be the right way to actually use an asset, a brand asset, which is so well loved by consumers at this point of time, to announce something new that we are putting on the table for our consumers.
Okay, so take me through, how the pug will be used this time round to drive home the point that Vodafone now has 4G. So we're so used to wherever you go, the network follows.
Yes.
We're so used to it.
Yes.
It's ingrained. How will this change the way we look at the pug, 4G, and marry that Vodafone and the pug together with the 4G aspect?
Yeah. So I think we don't want to be predictable. There will be expectation, and already we have people writing to us to say that, okay, when can I see the next pug film? Can I see a longer pug film?
Yeah, it's 15 seconds right now.
So I think there's a lot of love. There is a lot of expectation. But I think if you look at the marketing task that the Boy and Pug are really doing, is that they are announcing the launch of something new. There is really nothing more from a marketing task point of view. If they achieve that over the next couple of weeks, then the marketing task of announcing a new campaign will be done.
Let me just come to the marketing task at hand, right? So you've launched 4G. What is, your mandate in terms of getting, people to be aware that, you're offering 4G and, of course, then go on to adopt it?
I think it's a very, very nascent, unexplored space, and it's also a very dynamic, ever-changing space. I mean, if you look at the shipment of 4G phones, in recent times, you see the shipment actually having increased in primary terms over that of 3G phones. So it's a very dynamic ecosystem that's happening right now. And therefore, it's really one of those spaces that we will have to see how it evolves, because consumers are also leapfrogging.
A common complaint one has heard, I'm sure you've heard it several times over, is that while India had 3G, right, we had 3G with 2G speeds. And that's a common complaint everybody has. Do you really look at the launch of 4G as a service changer in terms of the telecom experience?
I think Vodafone has been very consistent in saying that when we look at India, we see many Indias, and we believe that for some time in the future, 3G, 4G will coexist. Have we fully scratched out the opportunities of 3G? No, we haven't. So 3G will exist. 4G will, of course, come in very, very strongly. But we do believe that in India's, which is basically a composition of many Indias, there will be some 2G, there will be an exploding 3G, and there will be a rapidly penetrating 4G. So we believe in the spectrum play.
So what are you getting? What are you receiving from the market in terms of, your social listening, etc.? What have you picked up in terms of, people wanting to shift to 4G? Are they skeptical? Are they okay with the pricing? And also, if you could, throw some light on the pricing.
So currently the pricing is the same as 3G for us.
Okay. That's like an introductory offer.
That's yeah. So we haven't kind of changed the pricing currently. But I think when we really look at how consumers are responding, there are a set of consumers who really want to get onto 4G because they want to experience dramatically fast speeds, they want to look at video in HD, super streaming capabilities, etc. There are equally lots of consumers who want to experience the power of 3G. So it's, like I said, it's really many Indias. And that's what we are really seeing. And it's not only a Delhi-Bombay phenomenon, but indeed, if you were to consider social listening from across India, yeah, the larger cities, the smaller cities, it's really a fascinating ecosystem which is playing out.
Okay, for the benefit of me and my viewers, if you want to get a 4G connection, you have to have a 4G enabled phone.
That's right.
Right?
That's right.
So today, how many phones are really 4G enabled?
That's what is interesting. Till about a few months ago, only 2%. But that 2% in a very rapid point of time is close to hitting double digits within a matter of a few quarters. So that's how quickly technology really moves.
And how are you preparing for the entry of Reliance Jio?
I think just by keeping our eyes on our consumer, which is the most important thing to do.
The industry says that they're going to be the game changer. So it's going to be sleepless nights for all other telecom players.
I think the industry is in a very, very exciting phase at this point of time. And there are also, of course, like you said, multiple players with multiple offerings. So yes, it's very interesting, it's very exciting, very dynamic. And like we have spoken in the last 20 minutes, ever-changing. So something that I can tell you now may or may not hold true next month. And that's really the challenge and the excitement of this industry. If you're asking me, have we thought about multiple scenarios? We have.
What are they?
There are lots of scenarios that we have thought through. There are lots of plans which have been drawn through to think through those scenarios and respond with action plans.
So, on that note, thank you so much, Siddharth. Many congratulations on bringing back the pug. And we're all very curious to see how this pans out.
Thank you so much. As I said, we will keep delighting and engaging over the next couple of quarters as we go along.